see you in 5 minutes. And on the show today is a recap of match week 1 of the Premier League and also a preview of match week 2, which will be getting underway. We do need to say this is pre-recorded on, I believe this is, what is this, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. We are pre-recording this on Thursday, so it may seem like we are live, but we are not live. This is being recorded on about 7:50 p.m. on October the 11th, or October 11th, August 11th. And you'll be seeing this at about 9:30 a.m. on Friday morning. So we shall see you in 5 minutes to commence the show. Here we go. Good morning and welcome to episode number 21 of the All Things Sports podcast. As I always forget to put our names on the screen. There we go. As I said, my name is Zach Bischoff. I'm joining you from the offices of All Things Sports, and I'm also joined from his home by
Danny Shannon. What's there?
All right. Today we will be discussing match week number 1 of the English Premier League season. We will also be what is that? Get out of here and get out there. Okay. Now that Adobe Creative Cloud is done pestering me, we will now go into. Do you happen to have? I'm sorry to throw you a curveball, but do you happen to have the match week 1 scores to tell people?
I can get that up for you, Zach. Here, one sec. Match week 1.
I will have you give the match week 1 results, and I will then preview match week 2, and then we will both talk about our typical players to watch and everything else. Now, a brief little programming note while we wait for Danny to
Match week 1 scores. Sorry, man.
get
I'm
our
really tired.
done.
I'm tired. We're doing this early morning, so bear with us.
Yes.
As
Well, actually, no. Wait a minute. This is being pre-recorded, as I've said. While it may seem that we are live right now, we are not. It is currently 7:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on August the 11th. You will be seeing this, I said August. I said October in the intro. And also, I just need to clarify that, Danny, I am the CEO, CFO, COO of All Things Sports, and it is not your job to tell me how much time we have left in our intro. This is not a public shaming. This is fully intended as a joke, and this has nothing to do. We don't have beef with each other. So,
No, we do not.
Anyway,
and I'm very sorry to our listeners for making that joke. I really couldn't resist. I enjoyed that. So I have the scores. If I
please,
want to share,
please share your screen.
Share my
and I will have
share
to
a window, right, Zach?
You can do that, yes.
Window or entire screen?
Window. Do window. It's easier.
Window. Okay. Sure. Share. All right. I guess.
There we go.
I guess. Do you want me to run through the scores real quick, Zach, and then we kind of analyze?
All right, that is kind of blurry. So do me a favor. Go to the Premier League, and I apologize for this, but please go to the Premier League site that I will post. I don't have the link up. Go to the Premier League website. It's a lot cleaner there. It's kind of blurry coming out from the screen. We apologize for the technical difficulties.
This is not what we okay. I thought it was Premier League. It's probably NBC Sports. That's probably what it is.
Or that, yes.
NBC.
Wait, we're not ready yet.
Premier League.
Or PremierLeague.com, whichever one.
There is a PremierLeague.com?
There is.
Really? I thought that I was gonna. Okay, dude. I am very sorry to our live listeners. For our audio listeners, this is kind of just. If you are watching me struggle, though, I am very sorry. I wish I was better with technology.
Hey, the benefit of pre-recording this is, at about 9:30 a.m. tomorrow, we can both sit back and watch this happen.
Okay, this should be. If this gives me, oh my goodness, come on now. I don't want a discount on.
I am attempting to see what he is looking at without adding it to the stream.
Oh, you're okay. You took me off screen share?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't I read the scores and then we can kind of.
Yes. Yeah, just read the scores. Perfect.
Okay. So there was 10 games, obviously, because there's 20 teams. So real quick, I know we don't want to bore you with just scores here, but Brighton and Hove Albion beat Man U 2-1. So that tough blow for the first year Manchester United skipper right there. That's not really how you want to start your first campaign. But then Man City defeated West Ham United 2-0. Okay, these are week 1. Okay.
Oh boy, Well, when you folks are listening to this, it's early in the morning. Now, I get that it is now 8 o'clock in the evening. We're tired, but
This is
we're still.
inexcusable. I'm very
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. It is inexcusable.
Okay, dude. Okay, I finally got to PremierLeague.com. Jeez Louise.
Go to fixtures.
Fixtures? Okay. Oh my gosh, man.
What is this?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay. So
yes, there we go.
we're feeling good. We're looking good. So obviously I ran through Man City beating West Ham, and then I had technical difficulties. But then on Saturday,
like always.
it was a 2-2 draw between Fulham and Liverpool.
Oh,
Yeah, I know you're not too happy about that.
come
Jack.
on, you Reds.
Yeah. Then it was Bournemouth beating Aston Villa 2-0, Leeds beating Wolves 2-1, Newcastle beating Zach's sleeper team, Nottingham Forest. Tottenham Spurs rolling over Southampton, and Chelsea beating Everton in a 1-0 thriller of a game. I actually don't know if that was a thriller, but yeah. So those are the scores. Do we kind of? I'll stop sharing now. Where do we want to go from here, Zach?
Okay, so this little fun change. We will now proceed to just your overall thoughts and players who stood out, stand-up performances, teams, anything.
All right. Sounds good, Zach. And I'm curious to hear your thoughts. And let's start here, Zach. Let's start with Liverpool, man.
And also just brief note, I would like to be done by before 8:30.
Okay. We can do that. We'll be quick. Yeah, I mean, probably one of the most surprising stories is the or I guess they're not new, but they're kind of up and down Fulham tying Liverpool. I mean, that is a big result for Fulham.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When I turned it on, it was 2-1, and also I'm a new subscriber to Peacock, which is the only reason I bought Peacock was to watch the Premier League, and it just so happened that Liverpool and Fulham were on exclusively on Peacock. Anyway, when I turned it on, it was 2-1 in favor of Fulham. I'm like, oh boy, this is not good. Liverpool being down early. Or this is like in the 65th minute I turned it on. I'm like, oh boy. So then Mohamed Salah obviously tied it up at the tying goal. That was now the announcers were saying that, well, this makes Liverpool's task a lot harder to win the league now. But meanwhile, I'm like, it's game one of like what?
40,
yeah.
Or I guess maybe it's 38 because you didn't play yourself twice, but yeah.
I think it's 38. I don't. It's interesting because I think it's a World Cup year, but
oh yeah, the World Cup. I mean they'll just take a hiatus, I believe.
There will also be extensive coverage of the 2022 FIFA Men's and Women's World Cup that will be played in Qatar later this year. So there's something to look forward to about 6 months ahead. Okay.
Yeah, man. And how about Diego Nunez scoring? I mean, obviously we touched on it in the preview show, but he was traded for Mana. He came in from Bayern and really let his presence be felt. And I mean that you gotta. I mean that's a great way to start it off for him. I mean that's what you want when it's your first appearance with a new club. So that was awesome to see Diego Nunez get his feet wet and then obviously score one in a meaningful game for Liverpool, because you obviously you don't want to lose to Fulham in your first game. I mean, obviously tying is better than losing, Jack. Tying is better than losing.
You still get points out. I think it's at 1 point. Yeah, I think it's 1 point.
1 point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not the start that I would have liked to see from Liverpool, but it was their first game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think people are kind of overreacting, and I think that I think that people are overreacting to what I'm about to bring up is that Erling Haaland, the Dortmund acquisition, scored 2 goals in Man City's 2-0 win against West Ham. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
great start for him. Great start. But, and I think he will be tremendous. I really do. But I don't think that we I think we really need to see if he can sustain this level of productivity. You know what I mean, Zach?
Right.
Because I think he will sustain this productivity, but we can't be calling him. I mean, I guess we can be because of his previous accolades in the Bundesliga. But he's still a young guy, and I think we kind of need to see him keep putting in great performances before we think that he's going to. I guess he really will help City. So
Mm-hmm.
but I want to see more from him, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I adjust the settings here to hopefully make my face not as washed out. That's better. Okay. Where do we go from here? All right.
Yeah,
So
I mean, sorry. No, and another thing I wanted to touch on real quick was Man U, the infamous Manchester United drama. There never seems to not be Man U drama. The latest drama being that Cristiano Ronaldo did not start because he is not happy with how his time at Manchester United is going. He came off the bench, but he did not start, and they lost, Zach.
You're telling me that one of arguably the best players in the world is not starting for Manchester United.
I mean, he didn't start the Brighton game.
Please explain. Please explain.
I guess, and I need to read up a little bit on this, but I guess he is not happy. I don't know.
Wait. You said you did research.
No, I did do research. I'm not sure why exactly Ronaldo is not happy and like what that friction is. I just know he didn't start, and I know that there is some sort of friction.
All right, please proceed.
Sorry. I Zach is right. I don't do a ton of research, but I try to do some. Yeah. So he didn't start, and I guess that he is not happy. Just with I guess last season, Man U did not do as well as he probably would have hoped. And he always doesn't. He's a guy kind of always seems to be a little bit always kind of looking out for himself. I mean, obviously he's one of the greatest players in the world, so that would make sense why you gotta kind of look out for yourself. But sometimes I feel like how it goes in all sports, Zach, where kind of the star kind of creates friction between himself and the team, depending on contract stuff, depending on just you know how that goes in all sports. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But another thing too, Zach, that I was really, and again, I don't know the whole Ronaldo story. I don't know, and I want to make that clear because there could be some report that I'm really missing that shows us why he really is not starting. I think it's, but Man U has a new manager, Zach, a new manager.
Correct.
And you got Cristiano Ronaldo on your bench, and you don't start him. You play him in the game, but you put him in when you're already down 2-0 in like the 60th minute or something, I think. So I would not have done that. If I saw like the deficit grow from 2, I would have said, hey, second half, Cristiano, can you please at least get us some sort of result? But that's not what he did. They got it to 2-1, but it wasn't enough for him. So,
all right,
that saga will be very interesting to follow, Zach.
Yes, sir. All right. I will give Danny a little break from talking as he talked for a little bit, and we will. I'll be able to talk a little bit. All right. So I will be wrong mouse. I will be previewing, or not previewing, but I will be giving you the scores for, let's start again. I will be giving you the schedule for match week number 2. So, all right, and then we will we will go into analysis and um, things we want to see. All right, first up we have Aston Villa versus Everton. This is on the 13th, so that will be tomorrow, at least when you're seeing this. Then we have Arsenal at, I believe that it's Leicester City. And then we have Brighton and Newcastle. And Man City and, is it Portsmouth? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Bournemouth.
Thank you. Bournemouth? Thank you. All right. Then we have Southampton Leeds. Then we have Wolves and Fulham. We have Brentford and Man United. That should be an easy win for Man United.
Well, we'll see.
All right, and then we have my sleeper team, Nottingham Forest, and then they play West Ham. And then okay, I've lost my scores. As I load my scores back in here. All right, so and then we have Chelsea and Spurs.
That'll be a good one.
Liverpool, Crystal Palace. Come on, you Reds, as I say every time. And then that is it for the week. All right, so Danny, any thoughts on those games? And
yeah. I mean, if I'm Fulham, right? Let's start there. If I'm Fulham,
brief thoughts at that, please.
Yeah, if I'm Fulham, right? I want to continue my really great start. I mean, they tied Liverpool, Zach. They're probably thinking the sky's the limit. But what Fulham cannot do is underestimate. I mean, they always got to be, because you see sometimes, the 16 seed will beat the 1 seed, so to speak, and then the 16 seed can either really, really make a deep run like St. Peter's did in March Madness, or be the UMBC and lose by 20 in the next round. So they gotta really come out firing. So that's kind of what I think Fulham needs to do to continue their momentum. I want to see them succeed. You know what I mean?
And then I'll pick a couple games here. Your thoughts on? Let's see here. Let's do. I'm looking in the wrong week. Let's do. Let's do Chelsea Spurs. And then after that we'll do Nottingham Forest and West Ham, and then to round out the show we will do Liverpool and Crystal Palace. Please give me your thoughts on any of those games in no particular order.
All right, you might have my memory, Zach, and we can go back and forth here too if you got to jump in and say something. But yeah, Spurs Chelsea. That is going to be an interesting game because let's see, Spurs. I mean they kind of rolled over Southampton, right? And Chelsea had a tough game against Everton, and I think one of the biggest keys for Tottenham is the play of Richarlison, which they acquired from Tottenham, I believe. I believe that's the case. I think that'll be a key, especially when you're going up against Chelsea, who's got a very strong midfield. So I think that if I had to put a scoreline on this, Zach, I'm gonna go 2-1 Tottenham because I like the way they kind of started the season better than Chelsea. But you can't, you like you were saying, Zach, you cannot overanalyze one game into a season. Like they say, it's a marathon and not a sprint. You know what I mean?
Correct. All right, and then can we do? Let's do Liverpool or let's do whoever Brentford. Whoever Brentford is playing next. I don't have. I'm doing something else here. I don't have the scores. Let me see. Let's do Nottingham Forest and then Liverpool.
Okay.
Nottingham Forest, West Ham.
Nottingham Forest, but okay. I am not going to make Zach happy. Okay, I just want to preface this. I'm sorry, Zach. I'm sorry to the listeners that like Zach better than me, which is probably a lot of, of our listeners because Zach probably Zach is a little bit more. He's always better with words than I am. So
I try.
yeah, but I think West Ham will beat Nottingham Forest tomorrow or whenever they play.
Okay.
I think that West Ham, they're kind of like Crystal Palace, and I know, and I was talking to this with my dad because we were watching the Crystal Palace game, and
Yeah.
West Ham and Crystal Palace are always so mediocre. It's sometimes painful. They are consistently just middle of the table. So
Mm-hmm.
I hope that both of them can kind of have a successful season here. I think that if I had to, I'm gonna make Zach mad. I'm gonna make Zach mad. I think West Ham beats Nottingham Forest, and the score is 3-0 because I just think Nottingham Forest. I respect Zach's boldness in picking them as his sleeper team.
They're
But
getting
if
one.
I had to say now, I think they get relegated. I really, really think that's a. I want to be proven wrong because
It's happening one of these days.
what do you say?
It's gonna happen one of these days.
I so yeah. I hope it does. Especially Zach. If they go out, if Nottingham Forest finishes in the top half of the league this year, you are going to be thought of as a genius, Zach. A genius. I mean, you kind of already are, but anyways. Yeah, and then should we touch on the Liverpool Crystal Palace game?
Yes, and that will be it for the show.
Do you want? Yeah. And then I think Liverpool Crystal Palace. I think that Liverpool is going to assert dominance, and I think they're going to win their lesson from Fulham. So I think the champions will always be champions. You know what I mean? They won.
Right. They won the league in 2019, 2020, 1920 years. So I think they will hopefully rebound and I think they will win the league again. And if they don't win the league, I think they'll go pretty far in the Champions League if they don't win the Premier League because they're always in the Champions League. Oh, right.
Your clock's got something cooking up there, huh?
Yeah, he does. All right. Why is this not working? Okay. All right. Well, we'll figure this out. Okay. All right. That will do it for this episode of the All Things Sports podcast. We thank you all for watching on this lovely morning. At least when you're seeing this. Like I said, it's currently 8:18 at night when we're recording this, but. All right. So, and Danny, any final words or thoughts for the folks listening?
No, I just want to say thanks for watching, listening.
Oh yes, and I forgot to touch on a couple things. Well, first we're gonna leave you a parting question. What was your favorite sports moment of the week? And also to follow us on Twitter at ATSPod_official. That will be our official communications platform. Because I do not have access to a YouTube community page because I don't know why. All right, that will do it for the episode, and we will talk to you all next time right here on the All Things Sports Podcast.